were fortunate to meet Ken based on LJ being my hairdresser. And we were going out of town, and we didn't know who would take care of our boxer and our Boston. And back to what Kim said, we had a bearded dragon and we had a parakeet. So we had a house full. And LJ said, Ken always loved animals. So she said, I'm going to come out with you, and don't feel like you have to have them out here once you meet them. And we loved him right away. I have to say that Ken, from the start, had the most loving heart I've seen, besides LJ, of course. But he was just a sweetheart, and he loved us, and he loved our animals. He was so funny. I remember I had told him, to Ken, we're going to be going out of town. Remember, Tweeter can't come out of his cage. Well,
Tweeter.
Little bird. And we found out that, of course, lo and behold, he told us, forgot, Tweeter, was flying all around. We're like, well, Ken should not have come out of his cage. And he used to make Winston and Bogey oatmeal raisin cookies. And when we came home, we would say, my gosh, look how much bigger they are. They'd already gained weight, And he was the most honest person. And I remember whenever he would come in, I'd find out from LJ, what does he really like to eat? And he loved his cheese and all this stuff. So we got him everything, he wanted. And then I'd always leave him like $40 on the counter. And I say, Ken, if there's anything else you want, it's yours, take it, do whatever. And I'd come home and there might be $34.20. I mean, he did not. I mean, it was just how Ken was. And back to him always knocking himself down and saying, I'm not good enough, look at me, and all this stuff. I'm such a loser. And he wasn't a loser. And he would talk about his teeth and this and that, who would want me. And I would always tell him every time I saw him, whether or not he was talking about it or not, I said, Ken, you have the most beautiful blue eyes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he did. I mean, his eyes were absolutely gorgeous. Mm-hmm. And I say, that is one of the wonderful things that you have, among many things. I mean, he was funny. I remember one time he was strumming his guitar over our house, and Winston, our boxer, kept freaking out. He's like, what is this thing? He'd have his harmonica, and you'd think a big boxer would be like, it's okay. Winston was afraid of the harmonica, too. He was over, when my parents were there, when LJ was there, and he dog sat for us a lot, and he would come over, and we would play, I can't even think of the name, whatever it is with the bean bags, and stuff. We would play it upstairs. Cornhole. Upstairs. And he used to like to help us with our yard. And again, he always came, like Kim said, in his orange shirt. When Michael's dad died, we had all these nice clothes. And Michael's parents were always like, unless I really need it, I'm not going to take the tags off. They're going to hang there forever. And they did. So we said, hey, Ken, you've got some really nice clothes. Come on over next time for dinner. Michael would say, I want you to have one of those shirts on in the pants. Well, of course, he comes over in his orange shirt and everything. And I think he might have come over twice with something else on, but that was Ken, and he loved it. And his Confederate flag, wearing that thing on the bus, I mean, I can't believe that he did that. To this day, I cannot believe it. And just a couple other quick things. As you had mentioned, Ken loved to fish. So when we got our house at the beach, Ken said, and he was the first person we had there, yeah, you can come down and you can fish with Michael, and they would fish off the surf and everything, and I don't think they ever caught anything, but they had so much fun, and he had the dogs there and everything. We loved having him there. I don't know what else to say. We just loved Ken, but the funniest thing I have to say is he kept asking us, get a boat, get a boat, get a boat. You need a boat, you need a boat, you need a boat. I can't tell you how many times we heard that. So when LJ had called me and told me that he had signed the DNR and everything, I said to her, please, one last thing, tell him that we got a boat.
Yeah.
because that was his one wish, because he said that he was going to make us a boat out of paper mache. And we kept saying, Ken, it's not going to float. Trust me, I know how to make this boat. I know. So he made one and he floated it in the bathtub. And he said it worked. I'm telling you, it worked. You know, we can do this. But I don't know what else to say except, I mean, he was one of the most honest, caring, loving people I've ever met, and I was really blessed to have him as a friend. And I think of today as a happy day.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that finally he's with God and he's not suffering anymore.
Yeah.
And he wanted Bogey, one of our dogs, to come to the nursing home. Well, we snuck
You
Bogey. It was
did.
over
You
Christmas
did.
time. We
Yes.
had lights on Ken
brought
and
the
lights
dog.
on Bogey, and he just loved that. And his voicemail messages, I was the same, where, you know, I would talk to him and he would talk and talk and talk and talk, and LJ would say, Wendy, you just have to cut him off at some point. Sometimes our calls would be 40 some minutes long, but I saved a lot of his voicemail messages, and I'm so glad that I did, so I can listen to him again. So
Thank you, Wendy.
Ken, we love you.
We loved you too.